Hello everybody and welcome to JSmith takes a long look at the Yawhg. This is a game developed by Damian Summer and Emily Carroll with a soundtrack by Ryan Roth. It's going to be released later this month on May 30th, and you can actually pre-order right now for half the price and pay $5, or you can wait until after that and then pay the full price of $10. In my opinion, I honestly think that $10 will be worth it for a first experience. I hate to ruin some of the gameplay elements, but the Yawhg has a totally randomized gameplay so no two stories will be the same. So what's going to happen is that you're going to see my own story kind of unfold, but the overall kind of arc doesn't change too dramatically. Like, things will always happen, but it should be enough to kind of, I'll demonstrate it for you. So take this as a warning. If you don't want everything kind of ruined, you might want to turn back right now. But if you want to kind of see what the game's all about, definitely stick around for a little bit. And I can totally understand if you don't want the whole story to be ruined. But it's so good. It's so good. I absolutely love my first run through it. I played the game once, and I was like, I can't play the game again until I do another kind of. I have to do a video of this as soon as possible. So here that is. The Yawhg, it's kind of difficult to describe, and so here's my best shot at it. The Yawhg is a Lovecraftian choose-your-own-adventure story game with rogue-like RPG elements. I know it sounds a little bizarre, but it works on a lot of different levels. The first thing that I noticed was the art and sound and really how well they fit together. It's just blended so great. But not only the art and sound are blended together, but the story and the gameplay elements are really well blended together. So you're going to get into some humorous stories that are going to make you laugh, but there's also a really great kind of dark undertone that you're going to notice as the turns progress as we get into things. So what the game also does well is just bring everything full circle by the end. And here's that. I'm going to just demonstrate that. So without further ado, I present to you the Yawhg. Okay, so now every kind of game of the Yawhg will start the same. And so you're greeted by a character list of 4 people that you could choose. So single player, which I currently am. You could also play couch multiplayer. So you can't play, across like on the internet or anything like that, but you can play with people kind of sitting in the same room, unless you're streaming it. And I did a stream with Yawhg the other day, and we kind of streamed it together. But it's kind of hard with the lag issues and everything, but it was fun regardless. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick 2 people. I'm actually going to pick this nice big gentleman down there, and then I'm also going to pick this lady over to the right, and she has a pretty sweet set of, I don't know, hair strings going on. The guy down there, he has sweet mutton chops and a sweet beard, or excuse me, sweet mustache and a nice hat. So I'm going to pick these 2. They're going to be my characters to control, and I'm going to press enter to start. So the Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. What I'm going to do right now is I'm introduced to the hub world, the main screen that I'm going to be able to choose one of these to go to per week. So I have a choice to go to the forest, the arena, the Alchemy Tower, the gardens, palace, tavern, hospital, or the slums. What I'm going to do is probably head to the forest first. He's a big burly guy, and I think he would be a good fit for that. So let's press enter on the forest. And it's going to give me the option to either chop wood or hunt. What I want to do is, let's chop some wood. Why not? I spend the week cutting down trees for the village. So I should mention that every turn that I do take will take a week to actually do. And so, 1 week will pass by the end of both my turns. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. And I'll give you guys the rundown of the stats as I continue along. One day, you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing out in the woods. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. So right now, my traits are 7 physique, 5 finesse, 5 mind, 5 charm, 5 magic, and 1 wealth. I could, and so this is the first kind of setting, so it would be a bad idea to probably try to punch it since my physique is probably pretty low for that. Usually if you want to survive something or pass something, you're looking to at least have a 10 or above. So what I will, you know what, I'm going to try to punch it, and that'll give you an idea of what happens negatively in this game. So let's punch it. You try punching it, punching the hand, but your blow just glances off of it. The hand then grabs you and pulls you through the thorns of the hedge. You lose 1 physique. The beast drags you all the way back to its lair and chains you up to the wall. Maybe it means lair? L-A-I-R? But layer is cool too, you know, who knows. It starts peeling off layers of your flesh off of you, eating it in front of you. Then he waves his hands, regenerating the flesh on your body. This cycle occurs for what feels like years. The mental torment you undergo is unbearable. You lose 3 mind. The constant barrage of healing spells infuses you with a raw magic. You gain 3 magic. One day, the beast's lair is attacked by another monster. You take that opportunity to escape. You push through the hedge and back to the forest. When you finally arrive home, you learn that you'd only been gone for a day. That's messed up. Imagine like some beast like grabbing you, taking you to his lair and starts peeling back your skin, peeling back your skin, peeling back your skin. Just so you're just raw, fleshy man, and then it heals you. And then it keeps doing that over and over again. I would go insane. And so that's what it kind of mean by, you know, this game has dark undertones to it, and that's what I kind of loved about it as well. And so if I wasn't like saying, if I weren't doing commentary over top of this game, you have a totally different aspect to it as well, which is kind of what I was saying. You know, if you don't take, if you want to leave and kind of experience this for yourself, do that. But without that, this is how the game's going to go, and this is how I'm going to be doing the commentary. So I love this. For this beautiful young lady, let's go to the slums, or the scums. Might be a better word for it. So do I want to pickpocket or fight crime? I like fighting crime. I spend a week outsmarting and beating up criminals. I gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night you hear cheering from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dogs, violently ripping each other apart. One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little betting game?" So now I'm given the chance. Do I want to bet on the dogs, or do I want to try to stop the dog fights? So this is a conundrum. So if I try to stop the dog fights, do I have enough physique, finesse, and mind to do that? Or do I want to bet on the dog fights, be kind of a scumbag, but have the chance? Actually, you know what? I don't even have any wealth, so I can't bet on the dogs anyway. So let's just try to stop them. You try to convince the gamblers that dog fighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears very quickly. They get quite angry with you. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. You don't feel you've got the strength or speed to match this man, so you run away, hoping he won't follow. So nothing too bad happened there. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. So next up, round 2. What are my stats right now? So for this gentleman, 6 physique, 5 finesse, 2 mind, 5 charm, and 8 magic. So 8 magic makes me kind of want to probably stay towards getting that magic raised. So what I will do is head to the Alchemy Tower and see what I can do. Let's clean the lab, because you always should have a clean lab before you brew in the lab. Let's clean this up. You spend a week cleaning up noxious chemicals. You're paid 1 wealth for your labor and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. One day, all the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cancer party. One alchemist waves his hand and produces confetti in front of him. Hooray! Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves from his sleeve. Then, all the alchemists turn to see what you can come up with. So my magic's 9. I don't know if that's enough to pull off a complex trick, so what I'm going to do right now is stick with a simple trick. By snapping your fingers, you changed your eyebrow color. Not bad, one of the alchemists says. You gained 1 magic. So that gives me 10. I'm happy with that. Quite happy with that. So, my dear sweet lady, you have 6 physique, 6 finesse, 6 mind, 5 charm, and 0 wealth. So, physique and finesse, I kind of want to get up. How could I do that? I can go to the forest and I could probably chop some wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, you hear a howl nearby, followed by the rustling of leaves. Should I run for it, or should I stand and fight? Let's stand and fight. You raise your weapon, ready to fight whatever's out there. A blur leaps onto you from the bushes and knocks your weapon out from your hands. The beast slashes open your chest. My boobs! You black out. When you come to, your whole body feels warm and a gash in your chest has disappeared. You lose 3 magic. But I gain 3 physique because I'm a badass. It was honest in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook. The air went still. Alrighty, so back, week 3. 7 physique, 5 finesse, 10 magic, 2 wealth. What I'm gonna do now is let's go to the gardens. Something cool might happen there. Landscape or meditate. Let's meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, on your way home from the park, you come across a golden ring in the grass. Should I sell the ring or wear the ring? I think wearing the ring would be the best option. Upon placing the ring on your finger, orange glowing markings appear on the outside of the band. The markings unravel themselves from the ring and swirl in front of you. They form into what appears to be a fully armored ghost, radiating a beautiful orange light. The ghost turns to you and nods before walking away. Just, kinda nice nod. We're bros. The ring looks good on you. You gain 1 charm. For this beautiful lady, you now have 11 physique, 6 finesse, 6 mind, 5 charm, 2 magic, and 1 wealth. It sounds like a perfect opportunity to head to the arena to compete in fight. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. Over the course of the week, you notice that you've been slowly growing hair all over your body. You've also noticed yourself getting significantly stronger. You gain 3 physique. Your ability to control the supernatural is fading, however. You lose 3 magic. One day, you feel searing pain course through you as your body contorts against your will. Fur erupts from everywhere and your teeth turn jagged and sharp. So, what this is kind of alluding to is my last week when I was torn apart by the werewolf. This week, I'm able to kind of use that ability to my advantage. You hear the screaming of those around you, but all you can think of is how hungry you are. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up the next day in your bed, naked and coated in blood. You take a look in the mirror and notice you're completely back to normal now. You feel like whatever it all was, it's all out of your system now. And then, the world was a howling fury. Chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. So now you can start hearing the music change. Things are going to be a little bit more darker from here. I think the map even changes as well. Well, obviously the arena is completely torn down, but I think that was mostly because Old Red just beat the shit out of it. So for now, let's see what I can do. 11 magic, 2 wealth, finesse. I kind of want to stick with that, but you know what? Let's check out the tavern. And for this, I deserve a drink for changing my eyebrow color. You spend the entire week getting wasted. Typical JSmith week. You gain 2 charm and 1 physique. One day, a fortune teller sets up at one of the tavern's tables. She offers to read anybody's fortune for a small sum. I have 2 wealth. I could probably afford that. So yes, please. You spend 1 wealth. The fortune teller takes your hand and begins showering you with promises of love and wealth. She doesn't really go into detail, and the whole time you can't help but feel that this is all an act. Underwhelmed and slightly poor, you can't help but feel like you've wasted your money. Yeah, well, I got beer, so couldn't have been that bad. For this lady, 16 physique. I'm outmatched. So, with that, let's head... Let's see. Let's head to the palace and do administration work. You spend a week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day you hear somebody shouting something in the hallway. There's a bomb in the palace, they scream. There's a mass panic and people try desperately to escape the palace's walls. So, with 16 physique, 7 I don't have very much mind, but let's try to locate and disarm the bomb. You run deep into the castle trying to figure out where the explosives are hidden. You manage to find them in the wine cellar, disguised as barrels of wine. The bomb appears to be a detonator that is controlled by a powerful magic. You realize immediately that you won't be able to figure it out and get out of the building as fast as you can. You're almost out when the bomb goes off. The huge explosion knocks you through a wall. You lose 1 physique. Still have 15, but damn. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? We will once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? So more of the smoke or the fog is rolling in. I've destroyed the palace. Next up, I can go to let's go back to the Alchemy Tower. So I cleaned the lab 2 turns ago. So let's brew my potion. You spend a week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. You don't do something soon, it'll explode. Throw it out the window or drink it. Let's drink it. You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach acids seem to have quelled the potion's fury. You gain 2 magic. Oh, man, just eat that. F it. I guess the week of drinking booze has, made my stomach just wrought iron. So, my beautiful lady, what can we do here? Let's head down to the scums. And let's use your ability to, for finesse and strongness to pickpocket. You spend a week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night, you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. Hey, you, she calls out, looking to make a bit of coin. I'm always up for some coin. She signals for you to go into the alleyway with her. Come closer, she says. Nobody else can hear what I'm about to tell you. You lean in close, eager to learn how you'll be earning this coin. She presses herself right up against you, moving her lips slowly towards your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours from the wound and she clings to you tightly, lapping it all up. You black out. When you come to, you see her standing over you. Thanks, she says, tossing you a couple of coins. You gain 1 wealth, but I feel really used. She then melts into the shadows. Well, that's also unique. When you feel your neck, you notice your wound has healed completely. Your body feels ice cold. And I gain 3 charm. I lose 3 physique. The Yawhg, it's almost here. Almost. Almost. So what I used to have in physique is now rapidly kind of going away. My charm is going up for that particular lady. For this gentleman, he's kicking some ass. So let's actually go to the hospital and tend to some patients. Maybe we can use my magic to tend to them. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day you hear spooky sounds echoing through the hospital. Ooh! Soon afterwards, a glowing blue ghost floats down from the ceiling. She seems to be wandering the halls aimlessly, howling out horrible noises. She doesn't appear to realize that she's freaking everyone out. You decide to do something about it. Hey lady, you're freaking everyone out. So I obviously vaporize the ghost with magic. I have 15 magic. I can do that. With the wave of your hand, you fire a magic bolt. The ghost lets out a wail as the bolt pierces her heart. She slowly fizzles out of existence. Oops. Kind of feel bad for that, but I kind of don't. Week 6. Let's go to... Oh, what do I want to do? Let's go to the forest? Or... let's go to the forest. Let's hunt. You spend the week hunting vicious, defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell pelts for 1 wealth. Over the course of the week, you've noticed your skin has become paler and your teeth sharper. You notice that whenever you talk, everyone nearby hangs on your every word. You gain 3 charm. You also feel more frail and gaunt than you used to. You lose 3 physique. One day, you spot a hunting party out in the wilderness. You see the one hunters drop his hat. As he bends down to pick it up, his neck is fully exposed. You can even see a vein or 2. Delicious. Before you know it, you're coated in blood in a mangled form in front of you. There are several people around, and they're all filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up the next day in bed sheets soaked with blood as if it's not your own. You look in the mirror and notice your skin has regained its color, and that your teeth have dulled. The next day, you find the exit to the town is closed. Something about there being a horrific accident in the forest. You do not inquire further. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder. drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we? Past saving? You break into an abandoned buildings and hoard together everything for yourself. So what's going on right now is kind of a glitch in the game. So after the game ends, after I get to this week, after the 6th week, you get to choose your role. Unfortunately, what has happened is that there's a glitch in the game that for your first person, it will automatically select a random one. I'm not sure if there's a rhyme or reason. So what it's done for me is I could choose to be the leader, the builder, the conjurer, the doctor, the smelter, the tailor, the looter, or the town drunk. It has randomly selected the looter for me. So that's the kind of the cards that I've been dealt with. So I'm going to read off those. We can kind of find out where my person has ended up, and then we'll go back and see what my other person has kind of... I'll be able to choose hers. So you break into the abandoned buildings and hoard together everything for yourself. You gain 3 wealth. You gain another 3 wealth. This hurts the survival effort. So that's not good because I wanted to help the people, and so that man had a lot of magic, so I would have obviously been chosen, or at least chosen to conjure if I could had my own ways. So for my other things, what I can do is I have 9 physique, 11 finesse, 7 mind, 11 charm, 0 magic, and 6 wealth. I think what I can do with this, I have some charm and some finesse. So the tailor needs finesse. The leader probably needs charm. So let's... I can't really think of anything else. I could be the smelter and smelt down some of my wealth, I imagine, but I still only have 6 of that, so that's probably no good. Let's try being the tailor. It's not the best thing in the world, you know, the leader would be cool too. But let's see. You know what, actually, that would be more interesting to see than, you know, if me fucking up a leader position is probably like 10 times more hilarious than me fucking up being a tailor, like sewing pants together. So let's do that. You take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. You effectively delegate and prioritize tasks. You give a lot of pats on the back, rewarding everyone's hard work. This helps rebuilding the effort a lot. So between not helping the effort and helping the effort a lot. And so we set about our tasks, once living more our lives, this time in a way we might have never expected, or even wanted, but in the end, we were defeated. Those of us left to the struggle to put our home to rights. But the effort was futile, doomed. The city bled survivors, eventually becoming a husk, a dead thing, and perhaps the Yawhg was only partly to blame. So unfortunately, my city is in ruins, in shambles, and I will not be able to kind of work myself back. So there's few levels, and I'll explain those in a bit. So I escape the ruined town with giant bags of coins, jewels, and other valuable trinkets. This is kind of the end game for this man. You move into a new city, living a life of luxury and elegance. Unfortunately, the new city you move to has their own horrible evil, the Yawhg. The Yawhg sweeps through the city, tearing apart everything you know. This time, when you go rummaging through the debris for valuables, you encounter a group of people doing the same. You get into a knife fight with one of them, which results in you bleeding out on a pile of rubble. And that's his fate. The next person's fate, you take off into the wilderness, trying to find a new place to live. After a few weeks of travel, lost and confused, you spot what appears to be a hunting party in the distance. They come up to you, weapons drawn. "Werewolf! We know of your crimes," one of them says. "We know of all those you killed. Prepare to die." Before you can react, they're all on you. Suddenly, fur bursts from everywhere and you let loose a howl. The fight is long and bloody. It ends with the ground strewn with limbs and gore. Limbs and gore everywhere. Your body is riddled with arrows and gashes. You've lost a lot of blood. Art and writing by Emily Carroll. Programming design and writing by Damian Summer. That is so good. The music and sounds by Ryan. I forgot his name. I couldn't read it fast enough. But all sorts of special thanks and everything that are properly deserved. And that is the Yawhg. Thank you all very much for watching. Definitely I'll put a link in the description so you can check this game out yourself when it finally releases on May 30th, or you could do a pre-order for the game before that, and it'll be only $5. So everything that you do in this game, you'll have some effect on you later in the game. So for the ending tales, it'll kind of recap some of the things that you've done and some of the choices you made, and kind of have. It'll also take into consideration the stats you end the game with as well. So good, bad, or neutral things can potentially happen to you. Unfortunately for me, it seems like I've died. My first person definitely died. Second person lost a lot of blood, had arrows and gashes, potential death, but no one knows. But with the 4 different characters, the multitude of different kind of things that you could try to get yourself doing, and making, and kind of doing like those RPG in-depth stats, is going to have a big effect on the late game. So, like, everyone's story is going to be a little bit different. This game is, it's really good. It's one of my favorite pieces of gameplay that I've had this year so far, and it comes to you highly recommended from me to get out there and try out the Yawhg for yourself. If you want to leave some comments and feedback in the video, that's always much appreciated. I love when you guys do that. Further, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that. It is twitter.com/JSmithOTI. If you like the video, leave a like button. That helps me out with a lot of the descriptions and people finding me. And finally, I do live streams every once in a while, so if you want to participate and want to, see me live in action, you can follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/JSmithOTI. This has been my long look at the Yawhg, even though I might have had quick looks that have been longer than this. Who knows? But that's the game in the entirety. Not all there's over 50 different endings. All of the things will be the same. If you sit back and play with your friends, you'll have a whole new opportunity to kind of like see how everyone's decisions changes from person to person. There's been a lot of things that I haven't even seen in this game yet, and things that I haven't shown you yet either. So look forward to playing that for yourselves later on, or if I do another episode of this, I would actually love that as well. So far, this has been the longest ending of all time, so thank you all very much, and I will check you guys out next time. Later.